How has China's historical experiences, especially what's known as the Century of Humiliation, shaped its modern stance on Taiwan and influenced its relation with the US under the One China policy? Can you comment on it?
Sure. I think, Ismay, you would see both USA and China. Uh, Americans traditionally, since they gained independence against the War of Independence with the Britishers, they have had a very militaristic zero-sum game strategy. They declared South America under the Monroe Doctrine as exclusive American zone. Anybody coming in there would be face consequences. They entered World War One, World War Two, and after that, they basically have a reliance on military might to ensure their dominance in the world.
Hmm.
China, on the other hand, uh, if you look at their history, they have been a non-expansionist power. However, what you have basically three things have done which will shape China's response. America's response will remain to be fear and military might. That's what makes them move. You can see that in Gaza. You can see that in Ukraine, though there's some problems there. And I think they try to do the same thing with India versus Pakistan. Unfortunately for their Chahita, India got really clobbered. So they have to look for a ceasefire. So remember one thing in the geopolitics as you go forward. The only time you're going to be looking at a ceasefire if the American ally is losing. Okay, so ये एक नया रूल रख लीजिएगा. दूसरी चीज जहां हम बैठे हैं in these area of Taiwan, Southeast Asia, India, Pakistan. Remember one thing: the geopolitics will override anything in national politics. Example: geopolitics in Afghanistan overrode all the politics of Karzai and Americans. Now, coming back to this, 3 points to remember with China. Number one, China established relationship with America in 72, facilitation by Pakistan, which established one China policy. One China policy means Taiwan is a renegade state. It has to be coming back in. Though the Chinese showed restraint at that time, and they basically removed Taiwan from the Security Council and put in China as the voting member of the veto member of the Security Council. Now, Taiwan is a small island, as you can see on the right sides, uh, and it is surrounded by water. There's a history here of Taiwan which goes beyond just the end of their civil war in 1948, where
Exactly.
the rebel government basically made their own government. Taiwan was, I believe, ceded to China in when the Chinese lost the war, which is called the First Opium War, 1839 to 1842, and the British Empire basically was ceded this territory. What happened since that time? The Western powers used gunboat diplomacy and they entered China through their waterways, Yangtze rivers, all the way in on gunboats, and basically sold opium and received gold for it. So it was a huge transfer of resources. Opium grown in India, transported to Taiwan, sold into China, and gold which the British Empire got went back to England. It was wonderful. Then the Americans jumped in on that one, and the Europeans jumped in on that one. And basically, any attempts by the Chinese to stop the opium to coming in was met with brute force and enforcement of forcing the Chinese to use opium and pay it in gold. This is what China calls till the 48. This lasted till 1948. Not only that, one thing else. In World War II, the Japanese invaded also to take advantage of this, you know, कहते हैं ना हमारी तरफ बहती गंगा में हाथ धो लो. So they also came in. And basically, there was a city called Nanking, which was the epitome where the Japanese went in and they killed everyone. So there is a
Okay.
history of Chinese of foreign invasion, and they call that since 1839 onwards a century of humiliation.
Exactly.
Till
Mm.
1948, China was humiliated, their nose was rubbed to the ground, and now Chinese decided they're not going to stand for it. So since 1948 till 1972, they got an inroad with the Americans 72 because Americans wanted to take China away from Russia. So they could
Okay.
then force Russia into collapsing or some other thing. What happened at that stage, China took advantage of that and basically expanded both technologically, economically, till 2010 or so. Since 2001, they went on a binge for economics, I mean, technology. And their ability to reach new technological heights was tremendous. So we
Got
covered
it.
three areas in here. This is what will be guiding the Chinese principle over here. Now, one of the things which you brought up was the Davidson window. Davidson window came out by General Davidson, who's commanding the U.S. forces in Indo-Pacific. He meant
Okay.
it's a place where Chinese dominance peaks in 2027, and after that starts going down because America starts building ships more. However, for him, there is a bigger problem they've got: the Indo-Pakistan conflict.
Okay.
Chinese and Pakistan invented warfare, both air and which can be applied to the Navy side. Number one, they exceeded any range on air-to-air missiles. They went from a meteor, oh, water technology, 110 kilometers. Oh, Gupta Saab, sitting squadron leader. Oh, 110 kilometers range. Oh. And what they faced was a 350-kilometer range PL-15 from Pakistan and China. They kept quiet. When the time came, the Indians' job was shut down. They didn't even know what was hitting them till the missile actually collided. And the resulting in India grounding all their air force for 2 days. Now, can you imagine in the middle of war you ground your air force? Wouldn't you
No,
call that a wouldn't you call
that's
that
so
a humiliation? Okay, now it is. Now, what does that mean in Taiwan Straits? Pakistan ne to ye kar liya. Okay. So what does it mean here? It means Chinese technology dominates American and
exactly.
Western technology. So the 2027 window just went there. Now, China most likely will take advantage of that in the next year to invade Taiwan. Oh, great. But they want to do one thing. They don't want India coming and helping Americans when they're invading here. They don't want Indians attacking them. So they want India to be cut to size before they do that. And for that, our army chief went to China. He was supposed to go to Indonesia and Sri Lanka, but he went over there. And most
Just
likely, what he got, J-35s, squadrons of them, HQ-19, shoot down their Brahmas missiles, which some of them got through, did so much damage on our side. HQ-29, which will take care of the Akash and Agni stuff. And in addition to that, their latest anti-drone technology, HPM-3000, and recently a laser bomb system, which will take out the drones. So that is what we've gotten, and that's what we were getting. Now, China will move after Pakistan has handled China, India. So this we have to move before probably China wants to invade, so there'll be a timing there. But most likely the stupid Modi will move before that once he has completed his purchase of about 300 BrahMos missiles. Americans will
Uh-huh.
try their best through our own Ghaddars for us not to acquire these weapons. But whether we do or not, Indians will impose a war on us because they have been humiliated. Everybody in the world knows it, and they know the world knows it. They want to equalize it. Their geopolitical standing is crashed.